If you have been calling out to God, if you have been crying out to the great unknown, if you have been asking yourself, why is this happening again? Why am I stuck? Why do I keep facing the same challenges? Or it continues to feel like your progress is just being undone time and time again. The spirit of the blue whale may be calling you. The whale spirit comes at a time of chaos, where inner turmoil and old patterns have re-emerged again, causing distress and a reflected, chaotic outer world. Just like the biblical reference of Jonah and the great fish, the whale spirit swallows you up whole and spits you out, swallowing you and engulfing you into the depth and darkness, going deeper into the waters of the pressurized ocean. Down, down, down. You'll journey into the deep subconscious parts of your own self, your soul and mind, hidden parts of yourself being witnessed, allowing you to grasp them and pull them up to the surface. When the whale re-emerges and spits you out onto dry land, there you'll walk again. You'll see the light of day again, a renewed clarity about you, a deeper wisdom and knowledge. Akashic records unlocked. A deepened connection to spiritual knowing. Water represents the emotions. The whale guides you deep into these emotions that have laid dormant or been stuck within your vessel. Memories carried through your very DNA. The great mother whale guides you by swimming in the depth of the tumultuous waters with strength, grace, and compassion. The whale is deeply maternal, loving, loyal, wise, intuitive, spiritual, and has a great strength connected to family. She sings her healing whale song, encouraging you to find your inner strength, truth, and voice. Your very own authentic song. Just as the bright blue skies meets the deep blue sea, as blue, wild, and free as the ocean, your throat chakra wishes to be. Aloha. Today we are met by the spirit of the ocean and the spirit of the blue whale. So I'm sat here at the beach. I've been here for a few hours now. I didn't realize how much, oh my gosh, I needed the beach. I've been away in the tropics for nearly 3 months now, and I've been adventuring in the waterholes and the rainforests and swimming there. However, I haven't been to the beach, and that's because you can't swim at the beaches up here. There's crocodiles that will eat you and stingers that will sting you, but I've just been sitting on the waterfront, looking out at the water, meditating with the spirit of the ocean and the blue whale. And I have a message for you, the collective, us, all of us, during this conscious awakening that's been taking place for a while now, several months. But it's been a long transition. It's been a cycle. Like, we've been in the dark, in a darkness, in a rut, patterns that continue to present themselves, the same patterns that just continued and continue to present themselves. For the majority of you, as we know, we've touched on this, there was a specific event about 4 or 5 years ago. That was the start, kind of the start of the turmoil that just, but it's taken us into our darkness, into our depth, into things that we weren't aware of that reside within us, that attract these outside circumstances to come into our lives so that we can witness it, address it, and either choose to continue those patterns or learn from it, navigate it, and merge with it and heal it. So, with all that, let's get into the spirit of the majestic, beautiful blue whale. So, the key words for the blue whale spirit, and I just want to preface, just another minute, is the spirit of the land, the animals, the trees, the waters, the oceans. Everything is consciousness, everything has spirit. Now, for those that want to say, oh, don't idolize these things, there's a difference. Because we know God, universe, God, is much greater than we could ever fathom as mere mortals. And no, we are not idolizing the trees and the birds and the breeze above God, because God is all. But we live amongst and have physical connection to this land, this earth. And with that physical connection is that spiritual connection, because everything has consciousness. This tree. So we don't idolize them. We know God is the umbrella. And we can have direct access to God through prayer and honor. However, the spirits of the land are messengers for us to help navigate our own emotions, our own cycles, because nature, earth, is cyclical, and we are cyclical. And we are not above earth. We are a part of it, a part of the creation, God's creation. So, connecting and strengthening your spiritual senses to connect with that, to help you and aid you on your journey of life, is not evil. It's not bad. Using discernment. We need to use discernment, because just as there are helpful spirits, polarity does exist. So you need to be very mindful, very demure about what you're connecting to and your intention in your heart, and where you feel or think that spirit would be connected to. Okay, so with all that being said, now let's get into it. The key words for the beautiful blue whale are maternal, intuitive, strength, mystical, majestic, communication, love, telepathic, ancient, song, nurturing, emotion, spiritual, wisdom, mystery, rebirth, turbulence, connectedness. Those are the key words. So the spirit of the whale, the blue whale, I have notes as per usual. I've channeled, I've sat with the energy, and we're going to delve into it to help. It helps our journey, it helps you, it helps the collective. So, the whale spirit is here to rock the boat. So you can get out of a rut. It is not gentle, but a rude awakening of old feelings and beliefs that have been perpetuating. So we've been talking about this continued cycle for a very long time now. As you know, time doesn't exist in the way we think it exists. So I know it's been frustrating to think that you've gone back and relapsed or gone back into old ways of being. It's not true. It's not actually the case. Sometimes, and in a lot of cases, and especially in this energy that we've been in for a long time, which we're coming out of this karmic cycle. I can't remember, I think the full moon the next full moon. Within this cycle, it's felt a lot of times like 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Slingshot. Pew! So at the moment, a lot of us are being pulled back. We're feeling like we're in the chaos of things, chaotic emotions, chaotic circumstances have arisen, emotions, and we're just in the thick of it. But I feel we're being pulled back like a slingshot to be pew, propelled forward. So the whale spirit offers us the capacity to go into the depths of our limited subconscious beliefs, or the subconscious realms that we've been carrying, these shadows. So it's all signifying a time of tremendous spiritual growth. There is an initiation of deep introspection. I highly recommend sitting and meditating at the beach. It has been so fucking beautiful. Like, I didn't expect to feel so... But here we are. Highly recommend that at this point. So you may feel like, or maybe you need a reminder, or you've also come to your own realization again, or for the first time for some of you, that there's an understanding within yourself that a lot of things in life are a great mystery. And there's a message to have appreciation for that as we are guided into this next transition. So really letting go of the need to know everything. The truth is, you're never going to know everything. All we can do is try our best. We are never going to fully know everything. And it's really to say, allowing the great mystery to be and to unfold as it is going to, and just following the prompts and the guide and the wisdom from your inner knowing, spirit of the land, and God. So I wanted to bring up the biblical reference from the blue whale. Number 3 is significant. So the biblical reference is about Jonah and the big fish. Now, you can look up that story if you would like to and find your own meaning from that. But basically, Jonah didn't follow the call from God in which God ordained him to do and be. He wasn't following the path of God, and so I guess following his soul's print, you know, because he was scared, he was fearful, he was sent to go to I can't remember which country. Was it a country? He was sent to go somewhere and to preach to the people of the land because they had just been in the turmoils of war and hurting each other and murder, and it was just really terrible. And God ordained Jonah to go and preach to them, preach the word of God, so that they would have peace in their hearts and this terror would end. However, Jonah had so much fear about this that he decided to flee to somewhere else, and he got on a boat, and because he went against the grain of what he was called to do, it caused a lot of turbulence on that ship, They say God caused the turbulence. And so this caused a massive storm on the ocean while they were on the ship, and there was a lot more to it, but basically Jonah got thrown off the ship, and this great big fish, which you could probably say it was a whale, it supposedly swallowed him whole, and he was inside the whale's stomach for 3 days. And I guess he had to sit with a lot of things and face a lot of darkness, and he metaphorically was brought to the depths of his subconscious, and then he was spat out onto the land, and with more wisdom and clarity. And yeah, so there is a significance of that story, and it really does correlate with everything here. So that was a 3-day transformation. So number 3 is really significant, and we know number 3 is the number of support. That really was a story of encompassing the sacred teacher and the sacred transformation. The whale was truly an instrument of Jonah's rebirth and spiritual awakening to follow God's plan. So he truly was rebirthed, I guess. He went back into the darkness. He was in the dark, like in a womb, in a portal, in the depth, in the subconscious, to contemplate, introspect, sit with himself. Yeah, it would have been fearful. There would have been so much fear. I mean, think about it. He would have thought that he was going to die. He would have thought maybe he would never see the light of day again. That this was it for him. That, you know, regret of not following his true purpose, his true calling. And then to just be spat out again, being reborn, and to knowing that God is giving you another chance, another opportunity. And these tumultuous, I don't know if that's how you say it, these chaotic storms, metaphorically, are the catalyst for you to go forward. They are the catalyst for you to see what you need to see, to sit with what you need to sit with, to face that darkness and that fear. So the spirit of the blue whale's energy aids in tapping into our ancestral DNA. So unlocking some of these mysteries and being connected for some of you to the Akashic records. And, you know, emotions and traumas, it's been scientifically proven that they've been passed down through generations. So you don't need to always know what it is, but it's about feeling it, facing it, and allowing it to be, and move through your body in the way that it needs to, because you're here to heal the past of your ancestors. But on top of that, you also have so much wisdom passed down that's within your DNA from your ancestors too, that are ready to be unlocked. So there's always this polarity. There will be a deepening in your inner knowing and understanding of self, and more deeply your emotions, the subconscious beliefs that are connected to your way of being, these patterns, these shadow aspects of self, etc., etc. So self-examination and your beliefs are being heightened at the moment, and there is a need for retreatment and contemplating alone. It's a call to listen to your own inner voice, the blue whale song / God. So what is God calling you to be, do, and embody? So can you connect to your own inner voice? I'm wearing a lot of blue today, which is throat chakra. Inner voice. Ocean is blue. Can you connect to your own inner song and sing your song, your true song, your soul's song? And honestly, I'm getting the vision of the Little Mermaid when what's her face? She steals Ariel's voice, her song. She takes it from her. And I feel like this is a metaphor for some of you. This darkness has tried to take your voice and your song to stop you from conveying your truth and showing up authentically as God made you to be. So, but as we know in that story, Little Mermaid, she gets her voice back, so nothing can truly be taken from you for good, because nothing outside of you can take what's yours, how God created you. So what is God calling you to be and embody and do? So as I said, the whale spirit is here to rock the boat. We're in the storm, so we can get out of the rut and get to the bottom of this. It's a rude awakening, and old feelings and beliefs will be perpetuating themselves again, but you will not go under. You will not go under fully, but metaphorically you will be forced into the undercurrents of your subconscious. The whale spirit offers the medicine to heal these old wounds for new growth. And as I said, the whale arrives at a time of emotional or physical misalignment, when your senses of self is lost, and where there is conflict within and without. The whale offers the ability to cope amongst the stress and pressure until you are ready to come back up to the surface for air and reclaim inspiration and gain clarity. The whale spirit invites you to honor and invite your ancestors in as they hold wisdom for you. Now, being careful with this, because not every ancestor is an ancestor that embodied love. Just remember that. So, like I said, using that discernment about what spirits we allow in, okay, to help us, to guide us. A reminder to you that you hold a deeper truth than you know. And there's also a reminder from the blue whale spirit that you actually hold a deeper truth than you realize, and that's really been impactful for your friends and your family, and I guess in ways of like suppressing your true voice and what you have to say. It's doing a dishonor and a disservice to potentially how you could be helping your friends and family, because you do have this deeper knowing. And sometimes people really need that. When they're blinded by their own emotions, or they are feeling disempowered within themselves, the whale spirit offers intense awareness beyond the physical realm. And the whale cautions us, though, to not get lost in these other worlds. So the whale is very spiritual, very tapped into other worlds, seeing beneath the surface, diving deep, but there's definitely a reminder and an emphasis to not get stuck there, to not get lost there, remembering that we live on this earth and we live in this reality for a reason. And you know, the more you get lost in these other realms, the harder it's going to be for you to connect to this earth and the people in your lives, or potential new people that want to come in. It's going to make that really hard to connect on a personal, physical, developmental level. So there's a call to not get stuck in these other worlds, to return to this world, as you are here for a divine mission. And that divine mission is helping to restore the balance of this earth. That's why we're here. That's why God ordained us. There's so much imbalance, as we know, so much pain, so much just terrible, terrible, terrible things that it just shouldn't exist. It just shouldn't exist. The corruption. So we're here on this earth for a divine purpose, so remembering to come back and not get lost. Breathe in this reality and remember to find the beauty that lies within. Like I said, I sat here and meditating and breathing and allowing the spirit of the ocean to just engulf me, and it's just been so beautiful. So the whale reminds you to sing your own song, find your true voice and express it. The melody that comes from your heart. So that song is going to come up from your heart. And apparently, astrologically, I don't really study that, but I've seen some things now. We're moving from the solar plexus energy. Like, you may have been feeling in a bit of a rut the last couple weeks about self-worth, confidence, purpose, all that kind of thing, because cosmically there was something to do with the solar plexus arising to be shifted. Now we're moving into the heart, and then is the throat chakra. So I feel like this is why the blue whale spirit's coming in. Singing your song, it comes from your heart and out of your throat. Your throat is here to express your heart, your truth, the real truth, the real song. So a reflection question is, what does your heart say? What is your heart saying? Where is your heart calling you to go? Calling you to say? Calling you to do? You may feel inspired to delve into new arts, creative projects, and learning of ancient arts and magic, and there's emphasis to delve into that. Don't hold yourself back. If you have a call to do something new, do it. That's what your heart is saying. For some of you, long-lasting love may be coming in. If you're already in a partnership, your partnership is, unless it's toxic, okay, we don't promote that. Your partnership will be unifying more greatly, deeply, because the whales mate for life, so they signify deep bond with their partner, family, and loyalty. The whale guides you to move with grace and compassion if chaos arrives in love. So I'm not talking about toxic situations, and I feel like when you listen to your heart, in your heart of hearts, you know if something is toxic. You know if something is not healthy, or you are not going to be able to move forward with this person and work this thing out together. If you can't in the end have conversations where you're both hearing each other's side, it's probably toxic. Not only hearing each other's side, but honoring it. So there is a call to pray that your bond is strengthened by the grace of God. At this point in time, devotion to family is emphasized, fierce loyalty and protective nature, as that's everything that the whale embodies. We are called to spend time near the ocean or having baths, listening to whale music, drinking a lot of water, being around the water. So a few helpful things you can do during this time is just those things that I mentioned, but also getting a massage where they focus on your throat and your upper chest. You can also do self-massage on your throat. That's going to help open it up. There's a call to hum more, so humming songs and singing more. Just singing whenever you want to or feel like it. At this point, as I said, there is an expansion of the throat chakra. So I really can't remember what I was saying because I just had a phone call with my lover. But anyway, the last point that I was getting at was expansion of the throat chakra, and the throat chakra wants to and is going to flow and be a bright blue, just like the beautiful blue ocean that meets the beautiful blue skies. So with all that being said, I want to pull one oracle card from the fairies and just see what wisdom, what guidance, what little message they want to say for us to wrap this all up. And this is a new little deck that I got while I was in town, just because I just really wanted to get a little new deck. So we're going to tap into the fairies and what message they have to conclude with this overall arching energy. So we got motivation and music. Music, your soul. Motivation says, when spring approaches, the flower fairies urge you to spring into action. If there's something you've been merely thinking about doing, they say get busy doing it. We touched on that. I feel like there's a sense of purity and childlike wonder coming back in. So I'm also noticing that it's green and pink. Green represents the heart chakra and pink represents the high heart chakra. So we actually have the main heart chakra and then the high heart chakra and then the throat chakra. So we're stepping into that now, balancing of these and then expression of that. Music says, listen carefully, for there may be a message in the music you hear. Music can lift your soul, rekindle your memories, and charm fairies to your door. So I think really just finding the song within. Take from that what you will, but my loves, that is the collective message that I have for you guys regarding the whale spirit. Thank you to the whale spirit and her message. Thank you to the ocean, and thank you to those tuning in. And I send you my love, my prayers, my support, and may we all reunite on this journey and be all that we're meant to be. Amen. Okay, goodbye my love.